ask. I believe we are headed towards an economic cliff that I can't solve. But I know somehow or another we're going to make it. I know somehow or another tomorrow will be better. I am hunkered down in self-reliance. I am hunkered down in not gathering any debt, not be beholden to anyone. Make sure. Look at GM. GM, when I canceled the contract with GM, I canceled it because my word to you was worth more than the $1 million check than they were going to write to me. Was it $2 million?
$2 million, yeah.
Whew.
$2 million.
Starting to reevaluate that decision.
No. You know what? Here's the thing. It was the biggest contract at the time we had. And at the time, we were under attack from everybody. And I canceled the biggest contract we have because my word to you is worth more. And I remember, and this came to me last night, I remember the last thing I said to them. I said, if you ever get out of this thing, you call me up because I do believe in GM. But I can't do it when you're in bed with the government. And they said, oh, Mr. Beck, we are going to get out of bed with the government. And I just laughed and I said, you're never going to get out of the bed with government. You never will. It's too late. They laughed. They thought, oh, that's crazy. Okay, crazy boy. We'll call you in a couple of weeks. You see the story? Or is GM better off? GM is not allowed to buy out the government stakes. They're not allowed to get out of that deal now. The government says, no, you're not ready, and we'd lose too much money. I can guarantee you that those stocks would be worth more. You could have, the government could make money, and the government would say, no, we invested here, and we're not willing to sell because you're a good investment. You'll never get out of bed. It's the same thing with the banks. When the government went in, there were banks that said, we don't want it. I know, because I know people who were in that meeting at the Treasury or with the Treasury at the Fed. When they were bailing out the banks, I know because people I know worked for the banks that said, we don't want it. And they said, you're going to take it or you will be destroyed. You're going to take it. They took it. They were forced to. Are they better off? No. You know why? Because they don't own themselves anymore. They are controlled. When you are on food stamps, if you cannot eat, you need it. First, go to your church. First, go to your town before you go to the federal government. But if you have no other place to turn, if your family can't help you, then you turn because you have to eat. And there's no shame in that. But get out of that system as soon as you possibly can. Find another way. Get out. Because they will control you. I contend that anybody who is telling you now, how could they possibly tell you we're better off as a country than we were 4 years ago? How could they possibly tell you that we're on the road to recovery, that their things are working? When you see the rolls of people who are living off the government teat not only expand, but in some cases double. When 18 months ago it was, 36 million were on food stamps? Now it's 49 million? What are you, crazy? How are we better off? How is this working? Unless this is your plan to enslave people. It crushes the American spirit. It crushes the individual. And they control you. This is a debate we should have. 47% of the American population. We're not talking poverty. We're talking slavery. And if you don't believe me, maybe you should read Booker T. Washington. Maybe you should read Frederick Douglass and what they said about government handouts.